Gaiden.
Ladies, gentlemen, Barry Buttons, welcome to the final episode of Video Gaiden. It only seems like 45 minutes and 30 seconds since we first started. Look, don't add that up, geeks, alright?
For our last week, we've been looking through tear-soaked eyes at Kameo and Need for Speed Most Wanted. Tragic.
Aye, I'm away to work on some more glamorous TV projects now. Yourself?
I'm away to sign on.
Magic.
Gaiden.
The next gen is here right now, as I speak, across the country. In all 20 of Scotland's living rooms, people are playing their Xbox 360. At the front of the launch title queue is Kameo from Rare. It's not the same wee Rare we used to know. Kameo spent something like 40 years in development. That might not be accurate. It was planned for the GameCube and the Xbox and finally comes in the 360, so it's been anticipated by a lot of people.
Is there only hope?
If you're one of them, I've got news for you. Your family's been kidnapped. I feel as if I've said that about 1,000 times. So you'll have to play through these action/platform levels to get them back. Big fancy new graphics, eh? Cheap at twice the price. Nice looking, but how does it play? Well, you progress through these levels by using your main character's morphing powers. Morphing into creatures allows you access to their individual techniques, which solves any problems that are set in front of you. However, you'll notice that some of the creatures are pretty redundant, tagged on for a bit of a giggle, if you like. The decider is combat, though. That's all the game really is, from start to finish. The decision to have a variation of characters leads you to believe that there's some kind of puzzle aspect involved with it. But that's a lie. You're just constantly bouncing off things. It's brainless. There's points in the game that you have to remind yourself that you're supposed to be involved because you don't feel in there. Like it was an inconvenience to the developers to include you in their rolling demo. As for writing, watching this game trying to be funny is like going to your local community centre to watch Shakespeare. Romeo's not meant to be carrying a pool cue and saying, "Nah, I mean," at the end of every sentence. But you've paid, so you'll just sit and hope that somebody's blood gets spilled for your amusement.
If you want to talk about long, then take a look at your snout in the mirror.
What did you say?
Playable. Just do a 10-hour shift and work instead. Worth 50 quid? Not my money, mate. I didn't enjoy it. It's that simple.
Gaiden.
Jimmy White's snooker. Now there's a classic. Stone cold classic. Bunch of guys around you, Jimmy White snooker. Well, there's no better experience. Actually, there is. Michael Barrymore's pool.
Another world, eh? You're transported to an alien world of mystery and you're chucked in prison. You befriend this alien guy and you both escape. It's a beautiful story, beautiful story. Had a profound effect on me as a youth. I used to go up to Ballina Jail and let the prisoners befriend me through the wire fence. Befriend me for all angles, so they did.
Sneak preview, a new Pickford Brothers game.
Naked War, so named because when you're losing, your clothes fire off in the game, I mean.
It's play by email, turns get sent to your email folder. It's fantastic. It's like the future and the past at the same time.
What I really like about it is when you're getting beasted, you can just dingy your email and kid on you out of the country.
But your defeat just waits in your inbox, reminding you how inadequate you are. Like that email about your Wally you keep getting.
Is that you that keeps sending them? It's long enough.
If we get a second series, we'll take a longer look at it. The game, know your Wally.
Oh. Time now to go over to our games correspondent Barry Inoki, who's in LA this week. Barry?
Alright, mucker. What a night I had last night, man. I was up at Jay Allard's house now, the Xbox head bummer. Pure psycho mantis, man. His mom was away out, right, and he had an empty. So he's like, won't up my house for a pyjama party. Nearly never invited me, but I'm like, here, Baldy. You ain't just 'cause I'm a guy for a Glasgow, I don't want to come up and watch Dirty Dancing and eat jelly. Pure crazy climber, man.
And did you ask him any questions, Barry?
I asked him a question that's on the lips of every gamer on the planet right now.
Really? What question's that?
It says, "Oh, Allard, how come 5 years ago you looked like a fat pie with a clown's hairdo and now you look like a 24-year-old rent boy?" He says, "Bill Gates sent us for a makeover, didn't he? He says I wasn't trendy enough." You imagine that? Bill Gates saying you look too much like a geek. I'd be like Peter Molyneux telling you look too much like a creepy polo neck wearing effeminate Nazi Dracula, wouldn't it? Pure psycho mantis, man.
Thanks for that, Barry.
Gaiden.
I'm Jeremy Clarkson, and I know what's cool. the Ford GT, denim jeans, Led Zepp, denim merkins. Just to clarify, that's a front bum wig. The question is EA's Need for Speed most wanted? Cool. Let's ask the stink.
Don't worry folks, it's just me. You know, in truth, we're a wee bit late with this review. But that's only because I wanted to play this game on as many systems as possible. 360, PS2, GameCube. You've probably read some reviews already, so I can hear you saying, Rab, I've heard that this game incorporates the best elements of Hot Pursuit while retaining the trendy boy ethos of the Underground series. Well, you heard wrong, pal. You give me 20, 30 quid and I will give you a game where the cars are twitchier than a body popper using a vibrator on a rodeo bull. This is a racing game that features bullet time, folks. Bullet time in a racing game. And incorporates the best elements of Hot Pursuit. Only thing for the past this game incorporates is, ready readers, full motion video actors in front of pre-rendered scenes. Yep, it's 3DO clock.
I need your pink slip.
Everything about this game appalls me. The Fight Club-esque stylings are as annoying as well as that film itself. The sexy actress that leans into your car and lustily tells you, you better watch out, kid, that guy's a real smoking hotshot. That kind of stuff just makes me want to take my controller and stab the analogue sticks into my own eyes. And the police chases, the game's saving grace. Well, I'm assuming that's Grace as in Grace Kelly, rhymes with smelly. These stupid, mindless police cars ramming you for all sides as you spasmodically jerk hither and thither. This isn't a game, people. This is a cry for help for the EA games designers. They're saying, look at us as we struggle in the constraints of this market research focus group hell. Of course, by the time you hear this, I will be dead. Or Need for Speed Most Wanted will be at the top of the charts, which for me is much the same thing. Games are supposed to say to you, play me, I'm fun. This game says to you, you're stupid, you're a virgin, now give me your money. And then it says, see you next year. This time, don't invite it back.
War, eh? What is it good for? Absolutely everything.
Aye, you can't beat a bit of war if you're wanting to get your hands in some oil. Is that the BBC having a go at America again?
Looks really impressive, probably more impressive than real war, although don't quote me on that.
Big fat campaign, play it on hard, and it's like really being there in Africa or Mars or wherever the war was. It's too long ago, I forgot all about it.
Robert, people died in real wars so this game could be ported over for the PC.
I know, I'm sorry. Making jokes about wars, they'll be making games about them next.
This week, Legend returns to his home state of Milwaukee.
OMG, LOLROFLMAO, Legend Online Gaming Champion back in Milwaukee. Hometown boy returns. You know, this is where I used to come when I was a little guy. You ought to see me back then, fat little kid. Who would have thought that little fatty would turn into this bronze specimen of the video game athlete you got standing before you today? Come on with me. I'm gonna show you one of my first hideaways. It's where I used to come and do my training when I was a little guy. And I got some photos of my greatest inspirations in here. Here we got, we got Rocky Balboa for his heart and his integrity. And we got the boss, Bruce Springsteen, for his ability and showmanship. And of course, Pac-Man, for achieving my dream of eating a ghost. Now, if we just go a little bit deeper in, OMG, it's still here. Look, it's the old Atari my daddy made for me. We didn't have no money for video game consoles. My daddy made this for me out of old deer bones. My mama, she just gone missing. My daddy wanted to help me forget. See, he was out in that work shed night after night, cutting up deer and grinding up their bones. And that great man, he'd come in, he'd be covered in blood and screaming and crying. See, he was traumatized. I don't know if you've ever heard a deer scream. It sounds like a human scream. Kind of sound like the scream of a middle-aged woman crying for help. Mama. Oh, God. Daddy. I didn't want one so bad you had to kill my mama. Crazy old Gaiden.